Hi, my name is Precious, and one of my bachelor's of science is in psychology. Let's talk about the difference between being busy and being productive. In a world that glorifies hustle culture, it's so easy for you to confuse these two, but they are extremely different. Understanding the difference between these two can completely transform your time management. So let's break this down. Let's start with the basics. Being busy just means filling your day with tasks and activities, things that you need to do, or things just filling your day up. It's more about doing a lot rather than you getting closer to your goals. Think of it like spinning your wheel in a mud. So there's motion, but there's no progress. Being productive, on the other hand, is focusing on what truly matters. It's about doing less but achieving more. Have you heard the phrase work smarter, not harder? Productivity is intentional, it is goal orientated, and it is also efficient. Think of it like this: busyness is more about effort, while productivity is more about results. So here's why we oftentimes confuse being busy with productivity and fall into the trap of being busy. The first one is validation. We've been conditioned to associate being busy with being important. If your calendar is packed, people assume that you're working hard, even though in reality you might just be spinning the wheels. The second one is social pressure. Society oftentimes rewards the appearance of hustle. That's why some people brag about how little they sleep on how many emails they respond to, even though some of those things might not be leading to a meaningful progress. The third one is distraction over focus. In the age of notifications and multitasking, it's easy for you to mistake activity with achievement. But studies actually show that multitasking actually decrease efficiency by up to 40%. It's so important for you to recognize these patterns, because this is the first step from you to shift from that being busy mode to actually being productive. Okay, let's get practical. Here are three differences between being busy and being productive. The first one is for you to take prioritization. Busy people oftentimes focus on quantity. They prioritize doing a lot of tasks, low quality tasks, so they can just check it off the list. Productive people, on the other hand, focus on quality. They identify the high impact tasks, so the tasks that have the highest impact toward their dreams and their goals, and they put their energy into those accordingly. Let me give you a quick example. When people make a to-do list, and let's say in their to-do list they have study for a test, work on a project, fold the laundry, do laundry, take your dog on a walk, go grocery shopping, oftentimes people may do the little impact tasks so they can cross it off the list, and they feel like they've accomplished so much that day, when in reality they did the lower quality task when they should have focused on the tasks that have the biggest impacts, which is them studying for their test and working on their project. It's less tasks, but those are the tasks that have the highest impact. They should have done those first before doing the lower impact tasks. So you see in that example, doing the lower impact tasks, you are crossing more off the list, so it can feel like you're doing more because you feel like you accomplished so much that day, when in reality you really didn't accomplish much towards that day in accordance or in alignment with your dreams and your goals. When I'm talking about dreams and goals, I'm talking about your long-term dreams and goals, because folding the laundry could be your dream and your goal too, but I'm talking about the impactful tasks that can change your goals long term. You know what I mean. The second one is decision making. Busy people oftentimes say yes to a lot of things, so they're typically overcommitting themselves. Productive people, on the other hand, set boundaries and say no to things that don't align with their dreams or their goals, and they say no to things that they don't want to waste their time and energy on. The third one is energy management. Busy people oftentimes work longer hours, sacrificing their self-care and sleep, which are so important. Productive people, on the other hand, know when to take breaks. They know that sleep is important, and they also know that self-care is also important. Here's where neuroscience comes in. Productivity is tied to how our brain functions. When we focus on one task at a time, it activates our prefrontal cortex, which is important for decision making and goal setting. On the other hand, when we multitask and give our attention to so many different things at once, we experience something that is called attention residue. This means that your brain is still processing and thinking about the previous task, making it harder for it to focus on the new task at hand. The next time you're feeling tempted to juggle different things all at once, remind yourself that your brain is a single tasking machine. Okay, so now let's ditch busyness and embrace productivity. So I'm gonna give you 5 practical tips. First one is for you to start with a plan. Each morning, I want you to prioritize or write 3 things that you want to prioritize that day and act accordingly. The second one is use the 80-20 rule. This means that 80% of your results comes from 20% of the things that you're doing, and 20% of your results comes from 80% of the things that you're doing. Like in the example I gave earlier, identify the tasks that have the most value and then prioritize those first. The third one is for you to set boundaries. Learn to say no to things that you don't want to do and things that do not align with who you are as an individual and things that don't align with your dreams and your goals. Protect your time. It's your most valuable asset. Once your time is gone, you can never get it back. So give your time to things and people wisely. The fourth tip is for you to take breaks. This keeps your energy level and also prevents burnout. So you can work on a task for 25 minutes and take a 5-minute break, work on another task, or continue that task for 25 minutes and then take a 5-minute break. So just learn to incorporate breaks into the task that you're working on. Tip number 5 is for you to reflect and adjust. At the end of every day, I want you to evaluate what are the things that worked and what are the things that didn't work. This helps you refine your productivity strategy. If you know some things didn't work, don't do it again tomorrow. If you know you did some things that worked, do it again tomorrow. Shifting from busy to productivity is not about getting things done, but rather it's about you living a more fulfilling life. When you're productive, you free up time for things that truly matters. So your health, your relationships, things like that. You stop running on a hamster wheel and make meaningful progress towards your dreams and towards your goals. So the next time you catch yourself saying, "Oh, I'm so busy," ask yourself, are you actually being productive or you're just wasting time? By focusing on things that truly matter, you'll find that you're living a more fulfilled life. Let me know if this video was super helpful, and also tell me in the comments any more topics you'd like me to further expand and explain on. That is all for now. Bye.